Okay, we're recording.
Okay, thanks, Ellen. And I'm glad that we're all here. Thank you guys so much for joining us. The purpose of this call is to just get, a bunch of strong, powerful moms together to kind of share what we do with Juice Plus, why it works for us, what we do, more about this community and the amazing business behind it. Those of you who don't know me, my name is Jenna, and I've been with the Juice Plus company for about 12 years now. And when I first heard about Juice Plus, I knew it was like a no-brainer. It was something that we were definitely going to be adding to our diets because my husband would not touch anything green back then. And then I heard about the business kind of like right alongside that. And I knew that I was going to be sharing Juice Plus with everybody anyway. So it just kind of made sense to me. And as things kind of grew, I saw how I could make an impact and help other people with their health and their finances. And, lo and behold, after our first child was born, I was able to come home and stay at home and make some income. And now we have 4 boys. And not that I don't love being home, but sometimes it's nice to put on some clothes and talk to an adult and make a paycheck and kind of feel like I'm making a little bit of a contribution to our family. And it's definitely growing significantly. So that's why I'm here, and that's kind of why I wanted to share. So, Ellen, do you kind of want to share your story, give us a little glimpse about what you do and why you do and how you're so successful?
Yeah, thanks, Jenna. I loved how you started because I know that our stories really resonate with each other. We've known each other for over a decade doing this together, and it's just great the friends and the allies that you meet here. This is an environment where we stretch and grow, and I think that's really good for us as mothers. For me, it was the Juice Plus product. Really, I said, if they can really put fruits and vegetables in a capsule, I probably need that. And I loved what it did for my health. Initially it gave me more energy, helped me, I think, kind of catalyze losing some baby weight. But, over the next year and a half, I feel like I got a master's degree in nutrition or something. And it's, I learned so much about things like reading labels and how our food pyramid that we were taught was really not in our best interest. And all of these types of things, I saw things happen in my body, like years of acne heal up and go away, and I got a glowing complexion. People still compliment me on my skin. Um, I had arthritis, and my joint health was so much better. I started running for the first time and getting fit. And so it did great things for my health. And it just came into my life at such a great time. So for anybody listening, you know, there's no perfect timing for anything. It's like, as moms, there's no perfect time to wait and have a baby, right? You just got to kind of like jump into that deep end. But this came into my life when I was transitioning out of corporate to be a stay-at-home mom, and I was looking for things to do on this side. And I just always knew that network marketing is a great place for women. You could do it at your own pace. There's not a glass ceiling for women. And I fell in love with really everything about the Juice Plus model, so to speak, in terms of they ship it directly to our customers, pay us. We don't have to be like calculating sales tax or anything like that. Like really, we just get paid to share it and to create the relationship with the customer, and then create teams of people that duplicate that effort. And that is a really cool concept. It's really cutting edge. It's actually very information age, but we've been doing it for 25 years. So, it's been awesome. And it was something that if I was willing to just devote an hour a day to it, it grew over time. It was like doing your workout. Once you start, if you'll devote to doing it 5-6 times a week for an hour a day, like you're going to transform your body. And it's going to have effects that you can't even predict. And it was the same way with the Juice Plus thing. It was like, okay, keep applying an hour a day. And there were times where I felt like I wasn't making headway. And then there was the time that I finally got a comma in my paycheck. And it was like, you guys, it was so extraordinary to be getting that, $1,000 as a stay-at-home mom. That's a good chunk of change, right? So I don't know. I mean, some of you can also speak to like, the financial benchmarks, but also the personal growth. I mean, Erica, you're nodding your head.
Sorry, I had to unmute myself. Yeah, I tell people often, I mean, I love this company and I love the product. I've never had this type of a job. It doesn't really feel like a job to me, but I've never done something like this successfully, where I've constantly been challenged and constantly been not like challenged in the hard sense, but challenged in like to grow bigger than I am right now. What more can I learn? What more can I do, give back to my community, to even just in my own house, not being raised by my own mother. I mean, she was there, but she worked 2 jobs and she drove over an hour each way to work. So she was gone before we got up in the morning. She got home after we got off the school bus and usually had already had dinner. So we spent a couple hours together and that was it. And so just opportunities, even being present with your kids will really encourage you to grow. But this business has offered me, the opportunity to come from, working in a brick and mortar storefront that I owned in our downtown area, to just spending time with my kids and investing in them, but being able to spend time in numerous different personal development opportunities that I've had that I wouldn't have had if it weren't for the company. So it's been kind of a fun stretching process, but I love that it never ends. There's no like, oh, you've achieved enough personal development. There's always more room to grow. So I really have enjoyed that aspect.
Yeah, definitely. And, I know we all know about, the fruits and the vegetables and the capsules, but like Erica was saying, the company and the mission behind it is, just so remarkable. They've been around since the 70s, and I know Juice Plus has been around since 1993. Jen, you've been around with us for a while. Do you kind of want to touch a little bit on our mission and like what our company does and kind of what your experience has been?
Sure.
Bring it into you.
Yeah, sure. So, I've been around kind of about as long as Jenna. So kind of in that 12, 13 year time frame. And, the company, I've seen the company grow, not so much in terms of just more and more things to share and to sell, but more in just like I think defining what that mission is and really being about inspiring healthy living and doing simple changes and trying to help individuals and families really make simple changes in their life that are sustainable. And I love that, for me, I love that Juice Plus is it's like a catalyst. They always say it's a catalyst to your health. It's not the end all be all, but it's just that baseline in nutrition, right? And then we build upon that. And I love what I see with, customers I have and stuff, because they'll maybe start with this one simple change of adding in Juice Plus, and then all of a sudden they're making other changes, just maybe in the way that they're cooking and the other things that they're choosing to eat. And it's having such a positive impact on their life. And I think that's such the beauty of this company, is that it's not just about, oh, well, let's just get another customer, right? It's truly about making a difference in people's lives, and so that's huge for me. And I, just for those of you who don't know, I'm a dentist, and I've been in practice for a little over 20 years with my husband. And, for me, it wasn't that I got started with Juice Plus because I was looking for the extra income. I was plenty busy. My income was fine, but I think for me, it's the mission. It's the education. I would agree with Ellen that I too felt like, holy cow, I learned so much about health and nutrition. Like things I never would have learned just staying as a dentist. And I think as personal growth wise, same thing. I mean, I think that just things I've learned, things I've been exposed to, speakers, books, education through the company, that I never would have experienced that, I don't think, in my dental world. You know, that just wasn't the way. And the other thing I love is just how everybody works together. Like, it's not about, you know, not sharing. Everybody just wants to share. They want to give. They want, you know, if there's new ideas, if there's things that can help one another, it doesn't matter, you know, whether the person lives in another state or not, and kind of where they are in relation. Everybody just works together because it truly is a mission that the entire company is about. And we know that if we help one another, then we're touching more lives as a community, as a company, and we're going through and we're inspiring healthy living, which is that mission. It's what we're all about. So it's a beautiful thing. I can't imagine ever not sharing and not doing it. It doesn't even matter. Honestly, it doesn't matter if I made a lot of money or a little bit of money. It's not about the money. It's about the community and the mission.
I love that. And you also have, I see an amazing tower garden behind you. Can you tip your computer screen a little bit?
A little bit. So, there it is. Can you see it?
It's beautiful. So this is our tower garden. You can grow about 20 different plants on that inside without any dirt. So that's awesome.
And it's sort of outside, like I'm on my outside deck, but it's covered. So it is outside, like there's no heat here. But yeah, I mean, it did really well. I actually started it in like early May, and then we got those huge storms out here in Colorado. And I mean, I just covered it. I put an aquarium heater in there, and it's just been kicking. Ready to get more lettuce. It's been awesome.
So I know all of us on this call are super busy, and it's hard to kind of think about like adding something else to an already busy life. We've got a lot on our plates already, and I fully get that. Lauren is a new mom. So Lauren, do you kind of want to just like share with us how you do it? You know, I'm sure you didn't want to be a salesperson, right? So kind of give us your perspective on like sharing versus, you know, like selling.
Yeah, so take today, for example, for how I do it. I mean, I spent the whole day at a park with my kids. We're in summer right now. My kids are 2 and 4, and got home and had another play date, and then came home, made dinner, and then I get to hop online and share about our mission in a group setting like this. And so it's really easy to weave it into just our everyday life. You know, there are so many families out there who are looking for solutions like this. And so it's something that I can just take in, you know, my back pocket, so to speak, and share about it with moms while I'm, you know, waiting to pick up my son from preschool or on these play dates. So it's very, very easy to just kind of weave it into my everyday life. And, you know, something that was super, super important to me was being able to stay at home with my kids. And I actually, after I had my son, I actually did go back to work part-time, and we had a terrible childcare experience. And after that happened, I was just like, you know what, this is not worth it. I am not going to be working outside of the home. I want to be at home with my kids. And so I was looking for an opportunity to be able to make some money from home while being a stay-at-home mom. And this business has afforded me the ability to do that. And I can work it around my family's schedule. I can do it during nap times. I can do it when they're, you know, after they're in bed sleeping at night. I can do it while we're out and about with friends. It's so easy, like I said, to just kind of weave it into my everyday life, because, you know, it truly is a lifestyle. And so I'm just so grateful that I am able to be at home with my kids. And it's easy to share about because, you know, I was a college athlete. And then after college, I worked in the wellness industry, and I thought I knew a lot about wellness and being healthy. I thought I was healthy. I was a high-level athlete and working in corporate wellness. But the truth is, you don't know what you don't know. And there was a lot that I did not know. Not once in my college career as an athlete, or even, studying exercise and sports science, did I take a nutrition class. Not once in my corporate life, did I take any sort of nutrition training. But I have learned, like so many other women have mentioned on this call tonight, I have learned so much from this community, from doctors and health coaches who I really respect. And I'm just so grateful for that knowledge. And I feel like I have to pass that knowledge on to other people, because myself, who thought I was, knowing, up to date and knew a lot about health, I really didn't. And people don't know out there a lot about nutrition and what they really should be eating, and how they should be exercising, or what the products they should be using in their home, even everything. And so it's very, very easy to share about, because people are looking for this information. There are so many families out there who are struggling with their health, and this, one simple change, like we like to call it, is just really easy and fun to share about. So it's a huge, huge blessing, and I'm just grateful to be able to do it.
I love that. Something that I love about this community too is we kind of all have our different backgrounds. In corporate America, Jen's a dentist. We all have these backgrounds, and we have Rachel on the call tonight. She's one of the top researchers in the country, and we're just so lucky to kind of have her as our team. And so Rachel, tell us your experience. I mean, you're kind of coming at it from a different perspective, but, we're able to weave this right alongside what we're doing. But as far as your perspective with the research and all that, tell us kind of what you think and how that works for you.
Yeah, thanks, Jenna. I came at it, I got to tell you, even knowing how badly we need better nutrition in our bodies, like a dentist a doctor who smokes, I wasn't, the epitome of good health necessarily. I was a busy working scientist for the last 24 years and, spent all my time commuting to and from work and sitting in my office writing grants, and or in the lab doing experiments, that type of thing. And I got to tell you, it's hard. It's hard to keep yourself healthy. It's hard to keep your kids healthy when you're busy and a busy working mom. And I left academia after 24 years of doing research on healthy aging, because I realized I wasn't aging well. And I looked at the people 20 to 30 years my senior and realized they weren't aging well. And I didn't want that for myself. And so I left academia, not knowing 100% what I was going to be doing. I left a comfortable 6-figure salary to be, not a stay-at-home mom per se. I figured that I would be a coach, and I would help people to learn how to take care of themselves and be healthier from what I'd learned as a scientist. But I was blessed when I was introduced to Juice Plus, because it really came at a time when I was, trying to up-level my own family's health and my clients' health. So I was coaching, and when I saw the science, it was a no-brainer. I wouldn't have gotten behind Juice Plus if I didn't, I hadn't read the science. 38 published studies by reputable scientists, published in high-end journals. Some of those were scientists that I knew, and I poured through the data. I know most people don't do that. I had to do that to know that, this was something for me. But the science hooked me. I knew my family needed the nutrition. I knew my clients needed the nutrition, but then what keeps me going is the mission. And all these lovely, moms here have talked about the mission. I left academia, you know, not only to get myself healthier, but to translate what I was learning as a scientist to the public. It's just not being done. You know, doctors are too busy managing existing disease with medications and surgery. They don't have time to teach disease prevention. And that's what we do really with this, and the nutritional lifelines that we have with Juice Plus, the capsules, the gummies, you know, the shakes, the bars, all of these wonderful plant-based nutrients. You can't get that unless you're constantly eating. And we just know that the foods that we get in the stores are just so depleted of nutrients, and there's so much junk out there. And this is just such a simple way for us to get the nutrition in our bodies, reduce inflammation, reduce oxidative stress, improve DNA repair, you know, improve vascular function, insulin resistance, all of these things that I care about as a physiologist, as a scientist who studied healthy aging. We call them biomarkers of aging or biomarkers of disease, and we're affecting all those things with these wonderful plant-based nutrients. And I couldn't be more excited about the products, you know, these nutritional lifelines, the mission of the company, and then working with all these wonderfully inspiring mompreneurs. It's just so much fun, the social connection. I mean, I went from being, you know, just another geeky scientist doing experiments for other geeky scientists that weren't getting translated to the public. And now I feel like we're part of an army of people that are helping up level people's health and keeping them healthy longer. And I couldn't be more excited about what we're doing. So it's a fun business. I'm just having so much more fun than I was in academia and ivory towers.
I love it. Of course, we get to do what we want, when we want, who we want, with who we want. And I think one of the big things when I came into this, I was like, can I really make some money doing this? Can I share and still be at home? Because that's a big thing, you know. What I discovered was the busier you are, the easier it is, because like Lauren said, you're out at a play date, you're talking to friends, and it always comes up in conversation. You know, my kids are sick, or I don't have enough energy, or I could definitely use some money for some vacation or something like that. So it's definitely easy. But what I loved was I found that our company has some big time benefits, like a corporate benefits package that rivals like the 80s, you know, corporate benefits that we used to see way back when. So Ellen, put a bow on this for us, please, and kind of share with us like how you can actually make money. Give us the scoop on the benefits.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I've loved everyone's input, you know, and I don't know why, but I sort of think of it like I remember back 10 years ago when there was always spit up on my shirt, or, you know, you could never keep the house picked up, and there was just always more laundry. And I mean, it's really still that way. I just don't have the spit up on my shirt anymore. But, you know, this sort of gave me a reason to rise above those circumstances. And it's really fun because, you know, we have our Juice Plus capsule products, which are they're foundational. And we're not a company with a catalog, you guys. We're, you know, the only other thing we've got is we've got our, you know, your Tower Garden, which you saw. We've got our shakes and our bars. And hey, moms, this is how you get your chocolate fix in a healthy way. And all of these products have a point value. And so basically, when people order these products through you earn retail sales profit, any commissions you're eligible for, plus bonuses you may be eligible for on the points of that product. And so think about it this way. This is kind of the modern distribution network. How does most of your stuff come to your house? Like, who loves Amazon? Amazon changed the game for us moms. I'm an old mom, so I had to still go to Target and Walmart and all of that. You know, we didn't have Instacart and all that 10 years ago, but Juice Plus is delivered directly to our consumer. So that piece of it is not an issue. But think about that distribution network. It starts, you know, there's the company that manufactures the product, right? and there's the marketing, there's Amazon, all that. Well, we sort of take Amazon and any of the middle guys out of it. So you really get paid as a part of that distribution network. Your job is to share the message. Your job is to inspire people to live a healthier life. And that's why it's so positive. That's why everybody's so jazzed about being here, because you're part of something bigger than us. You get paid to talk to people and for your efforts. It's that simple. You can share it as much as you want or as little as you want. We don't have any type of mandatory monthly quotas like a lot of those companies out there do. So you're not going to end up with a bunch of product that you don't need. There's no minimum that you have to buy every month. If you decide, you know what, I just want my mom, my sister, my best friend to be their healthiest, and that's who I'm going to share Juice Plus with, great. You can be paid residually every month on those orders. If you decide, you know what, like I was like, I'm going to be the Juice Plus lady of Northeast Denver. That's what I decided about 12 years ago. You can create an incredible income. I replaced my corporate income. I have made hundreds of thousands of dollars in Juice Plus, and that's allowed me to continue to be a stay-at-home mom, or more what I like to be is what I call a present mom, boots on the ground mom. And that's just something I really value. Wherever you want to be with that, I think this allows you to live your values out loud. You know, you may want to keep your corporate gig. Jen loves going to the dentist's office. And thank goodness, because we all need good dentists. But you know, you get to do as much as you want or as little as you want. Now, if you build a team of people that you teach them to do exactly what you're doing with these, you also are potentially earning bonuses and commissions off of their efforts. And that's because you're teaching them, and that's because you're showing them. It's really kind of like franchising, and bringing them into this culture and this mission. So to me, it was like, gosh, I can do this at my own pace. There's no pressure. You know, I never had to make a decision like, you know, oh, there's that perfect job opening, but I'm 5 months pregnant. You know, it's never been like that with Juice Plus. It's been like, hey, you know what? I'm just sharing it with people as I'm doing life. And there's been times I'm like, you know what? We need another $300 a month to pay for karate. Let's rock and roll. Let's do this with our Juice Plus check. And we've done that. So, you know, it's been a blast. And I really feel like the best is yet to come. I'm so excited about the next decade.
Definitely. I love that. And, you know, you mentioned, you know, how you can make the income. We have this benefits package that's like medical, dental, vision. What else? Long-term care, all that great stuff. So, I mean,
yeah, you get to our top ranks. That's all available to you.
Yeah. And that's kind of like rivaling like what my husband is providing for us. But in the end, you know, we have the ability to share that and have that. So I know we're kind of running out of time. Does anybody else have anything that they want to share? What's important right off the top of your head or from your heart? Yeah. Okay.
Is there anybody on this call that when you got asked to do this, that you look back and say, I wish I would have said yes sooner?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's so cool. So if you're listening to this tonight, just like know that.
Yeah. It's out there for you. You know, we can have it all. You can stay at home and can bring in a paycheck. So I think that's so cool. Well, thank you guys all so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Crystal, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jenna.
Thanks everybody.
Thank you guys.
Here tonight.
Great call.
All right.
Good night.
Good night,
We'll talk
everybody.
to you guys soon.
Bye.